Leticia, Celia, and Ryan. Okay, so let me just do this. I need to get all the call. Sheila is not online yet. Let me call her to just see. She's not online. So, how are you?
I'm fine. My hand is getting better. I'm really excited about that.
Good.
Because I went to the doctor on Monday, and he just said that I have a little arthritis in the bottom of it, but there's nothing serious wrong. Like, you know.
Is it the thumb?
Yeah, the joint at the bottom of the thumb. This one here. Yeah, it's not nice, but it's not. He said that it's nothing that is going to stop me from playing.
I see.
So I'm happy about that. When you were injured, what was yours?
Mine was pronator syndrome, and I had a. Let me just.
Yeah.
I should stop here. No, let me just cut this. Everybody's writing down the sound off. Okay. Let me introduce. All right, it's happening now. Okay, let me start on this. Ready?
Ready.
It's delayed, so. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here with you today. I know that we have people around the world who listen to this and watching. It's my great pleasure to introduce Ms. Sheila Paige to you. We have been working online for a while now. This is the second semester, and it's working pretty good. And today we're doing an experiment here. Let me explain a little bit what we're doing. We have my office here at Southern University set up as an online piano studio. Sheila also has the same kind of settings. She actually has a more complete one. She has 4 cameras going on at the same time. So you will be seeing sometimes her 4 cameras on the TV. So my students are performing here at my office, and I am live streaming this Skype conversation with Sheila through YouTube. So our other students at university, they are at the choir room right now watching the YouTube link, like you guys are. You can check the program that we're performing on the Masterclass. It's on Facebook, as well as on this link on YouTube below. You can also see some of the links of the score. You can click and open the PDFs and also enjoy, listen to the music, and take I would say a look on the music at the same time. So with no further, I would like to introduce our first student performing. I don't know if Sheila, do you want to say something?
No, you said everything.
Okay, so we're ready to go. So our first student to perform is Leticia Mota Rodrigues, and she's performing Villa Lobos Alma Brasileira from Baquianas, from the Chorus number 5. So, a minute. Yeah, we're ready.
Nice. Very nice. Joel,
Yes?
can you turn up the microphone? When she started to play, the sound cut way back.
Okay.
So it was, I mean, your voice is very clear, but it was hard to hear the piano.
Okay, I understand why. Yes. Probably will be better now.
Okay. So some of my comments will be a little confused because the mic cut out.
Okay.
Leticia, how do you feel about when you get to the Ohogo Piamoto, page 3, or the build up to it?
On page 4? No.
Mine says 68.
Is it 4th page?
You see the Ohogo Piamoto? The octaves and the melody are.
Oh yeah. Because mine isn't Portuguese.
Sheila, put your cameras on the other one.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Here we go. So, how is that when you're playing the octaves and playing the notes in the middle?
I feel comfortable is not bad. I'm not holding the top one. I'm using a pedal.
Right, but you still look like you're staying stretched a bit. You're not holding the top, right?
No, I'm not holding.
Okay, but I think if you look in the overhead camera, I'm going to switch to that one. Your hand looks like this. If you turn, it'd be a lot easier if you went this way. Instead of this. Let's change the arm angle. So can you go from D sharp this way, not this way? Right.
I get it.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I think your voicing will be a lot easier. I don't think your hands are that big, is it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, when you play your octave, your hand should look like this, not like this, with the fingers moving over. Playing the two separate things.
What? I couldn't hear.
Your thumb to reach on the E. Octave. So if you're coming down here, your body has to move over. I think you just stay here and then it cuts. You see how my arm is twisted with the camera? Instead of being centered for this, instead of everything, and I got my body out of the way. Can you do that? And the other hand has to play, which is a problem. So if you just lean left, you have to go back to create everything in here. If you lean over here, then this one's going to get twisted. So if you go back, then. See what I'm talking about? Good. Now add the left. And what I want you to do is block chords. So I want you to block this one, and then this one, and then the next measure, and then this one. So you see how you can reposition the arms? There you go. You came back a little bit. Did you feel it?
Yes.
Good. Are you sitting with your back arched a little bit? Are you sitting with your back arched? Look this way. Wait a minute. Wrong camera. I don't think you can see my back anywhere. No? No? Okay. Well, your back being arched is when you dash. You make sure your pelvis isn't rolled forward. No, that's arched. Don't do that. There we go. Still a little bit arched.
I'm not going to translate that one.
Okay, so when you lean forward and back, I should, let me see if I can get my right camera to show you what I'm doing. That's what I want. Okay. So what you're doing is this. And I want you to be just straight back. And then when you lean the whole body forward and back. Right. You're still arching your back a little bit. Yeah, the pelvis is still a little tilted forward. It's still a little this way. Because you want to feel very free at the hip joint, so you can move left and right and forward and back. Good. Okay. So can you try that passage trying to get your arms centered better? Good. Now can you put the other notes in? Now, I don't know if it's because he changed the microphone, but the voicing sounds better to me. How do you feel?
Yes.
Is it easier? Okay. Good. Just give it one more whirl.
Can I add everything?
Yeah, add everything. Okay, good. Now, this is pianissimo. And you have to be mezzo forte by the bottom of the page, and then forte, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how in the world are you going to voice and do this pianissimo?
I should do this part even less.
You're going to have to keep this, yeah, much less. Much, much higher. And this is the octave, if you play a little forward on 5 with a little pink. So you just go a little straight in the key. Yeah. Good, good. Yes. Okay. Keep going, you're doing great.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, now we do something with that, right? But then that measure was not mezzo forte.
Ah.
Didn't change.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because he has mezzo forte, rollantano, piano, forte. So if you slow down, you could get soft enough, and then do, probably you might not miss the roll. What do you think?
You slow
You
down
really
on
don't
the
do
piano part?
rollantano.
You slow down on the piano part?
Well, it says mezzo forte, rollantano, right?
Yes.
So the rollantano is going to help you get soft, and it gives you time to set up the big roll.
Ah, okay. I get it.
You just kind of slam it into it and then crack the beat.
Mm-hmm.
How are you redistributing that? Can you do that one slowly for me?
Do what?
The microphone is really low now.
We can't hear you.
Just a second.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, your microphone is really low now. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I will turn it up here. Just keep going.
Okay, wait a minute.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're better.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So how are you playing? What's your fingering on this?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3.
Yes.
Ouch. did 5, 4, 2, 1, cross. So you're just playing these two right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think one of the reasons you miss is this huge stretch to the third finger. You see what I'm talking about? 4, 3. I can make the overhead cam closer if you want.
I can see.
That's really ugly, you know, to put the 3 there. So try 5, 4, 2, 1. And cross to here. Is that okay? Okay. When you leave, the other thing you're doing is arching your body. If you jump your body over to the right, you're going to miss. Just sit there. There you go. Try again. That's good. Now, what do you want to do musically there?
I was going to work in. And then reach the piano with the accordion.
Well, see, the interesting thing is the B is tied. So the G is tied. So you have to get back to this, right? As fast as you can.
Faster, right?
Okay, from here to here is not far.
I think I'm moving.
That's it. Don't lose your place. Perfect. Now, I don't know. Can you start that whole measure and make it work? Good. And then the G sharp. Now, do you worry about making the F sharp octave? This one?
Yeah.
A little bit. So how are you fingering right hand?
5, 4, 2, 1, and then left.
Honestly, that's what you're doing?
Yeah.
It's so hard. Okay, so I'm crossing again. I'm going 5, 2, 1, 2, 1.
5, 2, 1.
5, 2, 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 5. Right. And the other thing is how you transfer your hands. Because you're sitting up here, and stay there. I can't make the F sharp. So I'm putting this over the top and moving over. And you have to lean back. You lean back more as you lean over. Great, but you lean back late. Be back sooner. Okay, light is off. That's comfortable there, right? Mm-hmm. That's how far you have to go. Now do this and figure out how far you have to go. That's it. One more time, that's great. Okay, now do it with the emphasis it needs. Oh, where's the squirt sound go? How do you get the squirt sound? Yeah, a little speed. A little speed in the key. That's. Wonderful. Okay. Now, this section, can you make your rhythm clearer? The next page. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this part.
Look.
I'm struggling this. I can tell I'm not steady.
Yeah.
It's blurring my chords. I really need help here.
Okay.
That's why I chose this piece. This piece actually, I cannot solve this.
You cannot what?
So like I tried several soul. Yeah. I tried to practice in a lot of ways, but it's not clear for me and for you too.
Okay. Well, I mean, rhythm isn't that hard because it's bum, dum, 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 bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I think it's coordination. But when I put the pedal on the bottom of this page to hold the low key,
right.
then it gets more blurred.
Yeah. But see, it wasn't even clear to me when it started, the top of the page.
Okay.
And we're not holding the pedals and all that, right? Yeah. Can we start the top? See, the score I'm looking at, I don't think we're using the same one. I have but I never hear the repeated F sharp. Good. And then when it comes to second time, it's you have that's right. Like the second one. I never hear the second F sharp. I mean, I know this one has a sforzando. You gotta hear the second one also.
Okay. The whole thing?
Sure. Wait a minute. What happened here? I don't think your A really comes on beat 4. Right? This A here. You go this. That doesn't always happen. Is the lead part?
Yes.
I
guess.
Can you see my left hand clearly? I'll go to left hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this isn't the problem, right? It's this. Okay. So look how I'm doing. Rotate over.
Can do slower.
Okay. Now, play a strong octave here. Your elbow behind it. Okay. You don't. Let me switch back to this one. An octave this way is very weak. If your elbow's behind it, it's very strong. If you're this way, not so much.
Oh.
Right. So, let me zoom out a little bit on this so you can see that better. Look, I lost the camera. There we go. Okay. If I leave my elbow behind, I'm probably going to crack the octave and I'm not going to get any sound.
Should I move my
So I'm
body
going to do
too?
this. Rotate it all the way up. Come from the air. Let's do this. Get it right over the octave. Yeah, you know what you did?
Oh.
Just. Terrific. Because that's going to give you some sound there.
Okay.
And the right hand doesn't have far to go. I think it's just a step. So you can make that. So let's try that A with this passage. Right elbow, place for your right hand.
Or what?
Is the right arm in a good place for the right hand? I think you look like this. So you're using 3 or 2 on the F. Is that 3?
A, 2 and 3, and
then what?
2, 3, 5.
2, 3. Let's just bring up 5. So 2 or 3?
3.
Put a 2 there.
Oh.
That's what we're going to change. Okay, and you're playing C natural, D natural, or C sharp, D sharp.
Oh.
Okay, so look at the overhead. And that's going to help you with the left hand. Make that leap. And that doesn't look like a big deal, does it? Good. Okay, bring the left hand up, bring the thumb up, and be brave. Come on, where's your sound? Is it good? Okay, now, are you using pedal right now?
No.
And pedal, please. Is that a forte? If you don't come up, if your arms are up, you can't up. Even this one, when you go back, that's better. So we know the left hand is going to go up and down. The right hand, it can't do this and you're going to miss. You have to do this. But if you come forward, we have a lot of Now, this is the part I'm worried about losing rhythm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you've got your pedal down to hold the low E because we don't have 3 hands. It would be very nice. But, we're not aliens, so what can we do? So what you want to do is make sure, if you go fast into the key on your octaves, it'll stick out. And even these, when you're doing very crispy, even with the pedals down. Okay, I'll put the whole thing together from here with the pedal. Okay, you're not keeping it steady. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, first measure is terrific. Second measure, I think because of syncopation, you play it too soon.
Okay.
Don't get too excited.
I'm blurring here. I'll tell you.
That was a lot better. Your very first measure, I don't hear the repeated beat. Do you know the tie that I don't have? Because my score says this. You repeat the beat. Right. And this one, that's the line over here, the 1, 2, 2. Well, it's still not there.
Be down the note. Boom, 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 boom.
Right?
Boom, boom, boom. We're not down, it's too up.
Right to top D. That one. Right there. That's it. That's why this one's never clear.
Okay.
The second time, it is tied. First time is not tied, second time is tied.
Yeah.
Now, you're also taking too much time to get back from here. Right? Always have a little break in the middle, a lot. Bishop, you've got a whole beat. A whole beat to get there. So you're doing the third beat is this, right? What's your left hand doing sitting here? And do the last system again, the first measure. stopping between beats 4 and 1. When you're here, on here, you get ready with the musical keep going. Right.
Usa a direita para mudar a esquerda.
So now you're right on the beat there. Now we're on the tempo, right now?
Cueing.
We're on your tempo.
What about the tempo?
Well, we've slowed down because we're trying to fix things, right?
Yes, yes.
Which is fine. Can we get it in rhythm if you go quicker? Challenge. Close. Come on, you do it. You're almost there. Okay, so this measure still, sorry. That's still not exact. When we get to the next measure, I'm hearing this. And I should hear the two beats. They both have to come out. And then we can get to the next measure. 1, 2, 3. That triplet has to come on the 4th beat. Not, I don't know what happens in the counting in that measure. Something funny. Did you hear? Did the rhythm's off?
Yes.
Yeah? Do you know how to fix it or no? Well, I mean, the problem with that last measure where the triplet is you don't have anybody on the beat till beat 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's great. Now you have to play all those other notes, so that's the problem.
Should I add everything?
You add the other notes? You split how many swing hands?
Yeah, the first, the E I'm playing with the left, and then I'll go the M G.
Oh, these two, right?
Yeah. E and G.
Right.
B, I play like an alternate, so I can go through here.
Next position, you have to get out of here. Whoa. So it's getting from here to this. Is that it? How you're doing it?
No, just on right hand, just the B. Both B. All of them. With the rest I play with both hands.
Oh, it's just a B.
Yeah.
Okay, but the problem is you have to get from here, the chord to 4, and then the left hand does this. But you have to play a chord with a beat plays. So you play the D as an octave, with the left playing here?
Yes.
Then that. better off to do this, and then put the D in the left hand with the 2. See what I'm doing? Because you're coming from this position to get to there. It's very difficult, right? So rather than playing the D octave in the right hand, I'm just putting it in the left. Bottom D.
Sheila, we are running out of time. I just you just finish it up these and maybe whatever remarks you have, because me.
And
That'll be easier for you. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, the rhythm in this section has to be a lot more vibrant.
okay.
The rhythm in the quiet part in the beginning and the end is really good. So how do you want to end the piece? Because that was it doesn't get wasn't very nice of him. So I think you're going to have to play these louder at the very end before you do your run. Do you think you should get softer on the E?
No, but I want to do the crescendo, so I got some. Okay, next try again.
Okay. Right. And leave the pedal down so everything's ringing, and you come from the top. Great. Yeah. Terrific.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Now we have Ryan Alexander. He's a music education major here at Southern, and he's gonna play the 3-part Bach Invention in B minor, number 15, and Chopin Nocturne, Opus 9, number 1.
Hey, wait a minute. I got the wrong. He's going to play. What does he play? Oh, I see.
Bach Sinfonia.
The name is after.
Yes.
I got it.
So for those of you that are there watching, wondering if you still listening good, you can write down a comment on Facebook or YouTube, because I just realized that I have been using the microphone on my laptop. So I have been texting some people here, and we have a Russian pianist from Ohio, Margarita, that just wrote me a message saying that actually everybody that's watching on live stream can listen to me typing. So I just switch it to the best microphone. So you guys can listen to the difference and tell me if you're still listening well. I would appreciate it. Just post a comment.
Okay.
You're ready.
Good. Did you want to play both pieces or just one at a time? Okay, okay. Very good at getting your articulation going, which is, often a hard thing to do. But how do you think about this piece? What kind of Baroque dance do you think is similar to? Or do you not think of it as a dance?
A little bit. I mean, simple 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's what I really try to keep in mind.
Okay, but yours is kind of heavy. It sounds very, very German. Not very light. These sound. We're really working hard to keep them even. Is that so?
Kind of.
Well, you know some things about rotation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what would happen if instead of working on putting your fingers down, you lift them? You lift them rotationally and just let them fall. Instead of. That's a real heavy sound. And then when your hands are doing it together, it gets really close. You want to try just the right hand on that passage? Good. Now, can you have your fingers lift longer? And because it's an arpeggio, you don't want your hand in a little ball. You want your fingers longer. And then when your fingers are longer, you can't play flat. So your arm goes higher. This one. Wow. Is that easier?
Yes, ma'am.
It sounded more fluid, not so heavy. Now can you make a beginning? I think it has to also do with the quality of the staccato. These. Can you spring from the key forward? Okay, that was down, up. They're both up, up. Yeah. Okay, so what you're doing is this. You're going up. I'm going down, down, okay, the run's coming great, but you practiced this theme differently. You practiced it up instead of down. You're doing, because you're coming down, the thumb gets so heavy. You want to be down, up. Want to try it slow? Because it's hard to change it. Great. Want to try once more before you go faster, or can you go faster? Up to you. Great. Now this, I'm a mean teacher. Can you do that with two hands? That's hard. Okay, now I know that was really good for first try, but you have to be learning your skill. You know? That was really good. Now how about a little swirl at the top of that? Do that? Excellent. Why didn't you do that before? You know, I think you have more technique than you know.
That's right.
And you're very careful. And I mean, that's great. I don't want you to stop that, you know. It's very, very diligent. But at some point, you have to say, I think I know the music, and I'm not going to be so careful. I'm going to play the music. And the worst that'll happen is you'll miss a note or two, and if it sounds funny and you don't get a good laugh, then you try again. You don't worry about it. So do you think you can do that a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you miss a note, you miss a note. But get the spirit of it. Because I think you've got the fingers to do it. They're just a little afraid. So let's try again and see if you get the dance going. Scroll. Okay, just talking to you. Okay, now that's a problem, right? When you finish.
Yeah.
How far is it really? It's not bad, is it?
Not really. So far as reaching, I guess maybe just so far as being more aware on consistency.
You know, when I was talking to Leticia, I was telling you where the body needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're coming down here, and you've been playing up here, and suddenly down here. Now, if your body stay here, that's what happens. Because my arm is this angle, I have to lurch to get over. But as I come down the run, if I move over and move my arms over, this is simple. This is not. This ain't. This one. Music 5'3"?
5'4".
Go to 5'3".
5'3".
Jeez. There you go. Now try. Right, the whole beat. Right, when you get to the last thumb, be very brave. And open the fingers and fall. Okay. You don't open them quite enough. You see how I'm moving my line? Leave that. Yeah, there you go. Now what we have to do is add the other hand. So what I want you to do is try the whole measure, but I want you to notice where your body is. You see how I moved over as I came down? You see how I was up here and then I ended up down here. You need to see it again, or are you okay?
I guess so.
Okay. Are you putting a thumb on F sharp on the way down? You have a thumb here, right? You put a thumb on that first one, right?
Okay.
And then what do? Do you need your music? It's a little hard to do this if you're not looking at the score. There you go.
Yeah, I do have one on the F sharp.
Okay, but then what happens? Can you play it for me? Just right hand? And then you go 5?
Yeah.
Okay, because where I hear the note is here. When you try to get past that thumb. You don't hear my love, do you?
Yeah.
So I don't put a thumb there. I go to 1 here. So that, I don't think you can change that suddenly. And then I play 5, 4, 2, 5, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2. Now, you're not going to change that fingering right now in speed. But do you hear there's a little bump when you're trying to go from the, when you do this, you always have a lump to your 1, 5. You hear it? Trying to get off the F sharp. That'll get rid of that bump for you. Okay? But let's just play your fingering for now and see if you can adjust your body as you come down the run. So you can make without having to work. Very good. You get faster? Wow. Okay, now let's do those long fingers we talked about. Arms higher, so they stay brighter, lighter. Excellent. That's terrific. Ryan, can you hear it sounds a little different now?
Yeah. There.
Now, is this more like how you practice it when you're alone? Because it's your second time through and it's easier? Or is it, have you changed it?
Now that it changed, it sounds completely more different. As compared to other runs that I've done before.
Yeah. And the other thing, it's a very short piece. It's not very long. I think you need to decide what you want to bring out dynamically. I mean, I think you want to bring out the different voices. But I think you kind of picked one dynamic level for the whole piece. And I think you have a great start on it, but I think you need to go through and analyze and maybe do a little harmonic analysis, because sometimes that tells you where you want to build to. Have you gotten to that point yet, or are you just happy to get the keys down?
No, I think you're right. I do need to go back and do more my analysis on it. Because I never really, so far, has really thought in too much further so far as the voicing. I guess, like you said, I tend to have so far more one dynamic in mind as before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful start. You've got the piece, you've got it memorized, you've got the notes. And that's hard to get that all under your belt. And now you have to sit back and say, okay, it's music. I want this to dance. I want my running notes to feel easy. I want them to be bright. And then one reason I want you to look at the phrase structure and the harmonic structure is that I want you to come up with a musical plan. Now, you may stick with it, you may not stick with it. I might say that's great, but that sounds a little funny what you did here for the Baroque period, But it means you have to do the analysis and come up with a plan. And I don't know if you've had a plan yet for this piece. Have you?
Somewhat, but like you said, I have to go back and really, so far, look back to really establishing the plan. Pretty much you had nailed it, like you said before. I kind of had one more dynamic level as before. So
yeah. Well, what's fun to do before you start learning the piece? Put it in your ear and have a musical plan before you learn the notes. Now, you can't, you still have to do your slow practice, and you can't do everything, and you can't do your whole musical plan when you're just learning it. But if you know where you think you want to go, you're going to get there a whole lot faster than learning the notes and then deciding where it goes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I think you have a great start on this. But getting the running notes more brilliant, the longer fingers, higher arm, getting the articulation so you have the depth, so it's not so heavy. And then come up with a plan and play music and have fun. You can do that? Mm-hmm. Thanks, juries.
Wednesday.
What's that?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, you can do that. He's fast.
Sure.
Sure. Because I want to hear your other piece, too.
Yeah.
You have the nocturne, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me see. You have to pull that one out. It's B flat minor, right? Is it this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Great. Okay, you like this one, huh? So, a couple things. How do you feel about the phrasing at the beginning?
Phrasing?
In the opening. Are you aware of how much it stops?
I really don't. I guess I'm not really too that much
Okay.
aware.
See, because you have I'm exaggerating, okay? You don't do it that much. But part of it is how your left hand is going to the bass. Instead of this, you actually throw your body and swing your elbow out and drop your body on it. So there's a thumb on that B flat all the time in the left hand. So you're trying to do all these beautiful things in your right hand, and your left hand, every first and fourth beat goes thunk. Did you know?
So
Yeah, so let's just try left hand alone, and when you come down, let me give you just the overhead. You see I'm coming this way, this angle? And you do this, you come out with your elbow, and you throw your body forward a little bit. And you want to just sit there, wide up. Try. That's much better. Now, can you swing your body left when you play the B flat? In other words, leave your body up here. Once you get there, stay there. And just swing your arm over, but not your body. Now let's try one more thing. In the overhead camera, when I play 5, this is where my arm is. I think your arm is maybe here. Can you get your arm to look this way? Yeah, so you have to lean back. You might have to push the bench back a little bit. Because you want that. Okay, can you duplicate this angle? Okay. Now the 10 should feel closer when you do that. What's that? Are you playing a 2 or a 3 on that?
3.
Ah, there we go. That's why your arm's going this way. Is a 3. If you play 2 and you know how to rotate, the 3 throws you out this way. Can you try 2? That one feels really far, right? The B flat? The B flat, this was good. This feels huge, right? Okay, so that means this one didn't prepare enough. I can do that for you to make it to B flat. Where's your gun? You know what, Brian, look, you see where my gun is? You can't be out here, you have to be in here. Lean back more, put the elbow in front more. There you go. Good. A lot of those are pretty good. Are they feeling a little smoother?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you do the 3, do you feel a stretch 5 to 3?
A little. Just
Yeah, because I see you kind of doing something with your hand here. And the 2, you shouldn't feel any stretch. The only problem is, you don't want to be stretching to your thumb. You want to be rotating and not make sure you're not doing this. You don't want to substitute one stretch for another,
Right.
But that was very smooth what you just played. Now, I don't know if you can do that hands together, because that's a big change. Just even a couple measures would be really nice. And you know what, Brian, just try that phrase by itself, because the next phrase gets even harder. Now, one more time, and see if you can not stop when you get to this one. Great. Now, do you want the same inflection? See, that's kind of sing-songy, right? Because every downbeat sounds the same. Do you want to do that? What would you do differently? Because this is beautiful, what you're doing here. What do I change? You know what I changed?
Repeat it.
What?
Velocity on the key.
Well, I went for the D flat, right?
Right.
See what you do. You have a big downbeat and stop each one. And so I played through that bar and I didn't stop in the middle. I made the D flat the big deal instead of making the first F, the fourth F, and the D flat. And the phrase stops too much.
Okay. So you aim the D flat, not the F, the repeated F.
You have to keep the phrase moving. Don't slow down there and then take your time on D flat. Can you try that? That was better. You can take more time on D flat and then breathe before you get into that whole thing. You didn't breathe. It was, you were great to hear, and then you just jumped right into it. That's right. Can you hear now that sounds different?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So again, great homework, great note learning. You did the hard part. The grunt work's over. What do you want to do with the music? And the left hand stopping on every downbeat is killing you. It's killing your right hand phrasing. There's another fingering change when you get to here. Oops, my scores going away.
Thank you.
You have a little bit of trouble going 5-5. Noise kind of interrupts the phrase a little bit. What if you did 5-1? Five-one instead of 5-5. D flat. Okay, so what you do right is this. When you get to the D flat, turn left and right. Then slow motion. Because you're trying to do, and, no matter how accurate you are, there's a thump, a little lump there. I think the 5-1 will smooth it out. Good. That's good. It's going to take you a little while to put that in. You may not want to do that for juries because you're not used to it. Next big problem, aren't those leaps fun? And you have to do, and then at the bottom of the page, you know where I am? Yes. And then finally, they're not the easiest thing, are they? So how did you figure those out? How are you thinking about them?
Let's see. I guess probably in groups. I play this much, and then as soon as they're go to the next highest note, and that's like.
But do you know which? You know, when you have leaps in both hands, do you know you have to move one at a time?
Never really thought about it like that.
Oh, well, you do. Because, you know, we don't have eyes that track sideways. We only have eyes, you know, our eyes have to go one way or the other. They don't go two different directions. So the left hand finishes first. So I move my left hand first, right here, and then I look at the right hand. Because you know, once I've done here, then I can look there. You want to try that? So it's down here.
Left. Look at the left. E flat.
Does that feel a little safer?
More aware now.
Yeah. Yeah, and you want to get it so you don't have to stop so much. You can just get there, you know? It goes through. You kind of have a little hesitation. Because I think you really need to hear, not, you know, that everything comes to a stop before you go. I mean, that's how you learn the lead. It's great to stop to learn the lead. But then it has to move through. Do you think if you move the left and then the right, you could get rid of the stopping?
Yeah,
Right.
it
You want to give that a try?
Yeah.
You know, the other thing you might try is you're playing a grace note with the left hand pedal. And in Chopin, sometimes, you know, everybody has a different opinion. You can talk with your teacher about it. But to play the grace note with it or before it. And since you're playing it with it, sorry, you're not used to it. There's always a stop before that. You know what I'm talking about? And if you play it slightly before, and then when they come together, it keeps moving. So that might be something you want to think about talk over with the teacher. At the bottom of the page, you have this transition into the octave section, into there. This is really nice. It's very hard when you're putting your thumb under, don't you think? To get into that left hand gracefully. It's a little awkward. So if you take these two notes, it's left and right hand, put a 5 on F, and then cross over, take these two, and then 3, 4. It's 3, 4, 5. It's a lot easier than 1, 4, 5. these things may have to wait until after juries because you're already memorized, you know. Do you know about tilting for distance?
Tilting? So far as with distance, what you mean for?
Okay. Well, I mean, normally we play the piano this way with our palms facing the floor, right? But when there's a big, big distance like this, and that's huge, right? You can, well, let me give you an overhead for this. See what it's still, yeah. If I turn this way, I'm taking the distance front to back between my fingers instead of pulling them side to side. See, front to back feels no stretch. But side to side feels really ugly. So instead of playing straight, you can do it, but it's hard. I tilt this way. You see the turn? And I never really have to open up my hand. And you're this way. And you're working very hard to keep the left hand under control. That's good. That's good. Try it. Okay, and the other thing you want to think about is where your elbow is. So I think you're a little bit here, and I'm a little bit here. Even if I tilt, that's really far. But if my elbow is here, you see how big that gets? Just bring your elbow in a little more and tilt. How's that?
Yeah, it feels different. Yeah.
Less stretchy?
Yeah. More, it feels more.
Yes.
It feels less work.
Yeah, it should feel much less work. When you get to the D major, where it's 3 Ps, this one, I would cross these over. You're trying to do this. And with the black key on it, with the thumb on the F sharp, it's really awkward. You know what I mean? This one. It's very, very hard to do. It's very easy just to cross over. So, I mean, there's a lot of fingering things in there, but I don't think you're going to change those before juries. But, you know, afterwards, look at them again and see where you can take advantage of that. How do you feel about the octaves in the right hand?
Octaves, I mean, I feel comfortable with them. I mean, nothing really bothers me so far as stretching or anything like that.
Okay, can you go to this section? See if you can make the octaves sing a little more. You're kind of, you know. So you sound very much alike, right? I mean, obviously, you know, you got to pick your arm up, you got to put your arm down. And yours sound a little bit. So this is tricky. You know about downbeats and upbeats, right?
Yeah.
They have a different sound. Well, that might sound different, right? It's because some of them I play down, and some of them I play up. See, I did these going up. to leave them really slow. If you leave them the same speed, you get that. It's almost like your fingertips creep across the tops. You were great. You did. It was great till that point. The 2 Fs. Okay, this was beautiful. We still have to play first step a little bit less, maybe a little bit higher, and this one a little longer. Too heavy in the first step. Yes, yes. But don't push that one too hard because we're going to keep going. Right. Now, I don't know if you can do that hands together. That's going to be real tough. Wow.
Much better.
Now,
Wow.
that wasn't as good as your right hand alone, but it was a whole lot better than you played a few minutes ago. Can you hear that?
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that's a good direction to take the octave section of the piece. These, you know, later on when you get to the sixths, this, you might try doing this 1 5, 1 4 1 5. And again, if your arm is out here, you won't be able to do it. Elbows come in. Okay, now you can change the sound on your thumb. See, people don't like to repeat thumbs because they play them. They say, oh, repeating thumbs are bad because they go funk. You don't have to change your thumb. If you change the height of your thumb and the way you go to the key. Can you play the C flat with a higher thumb? No, the C flat has to be higher. So it's closer to D flat. Let me show you. Let me zoom on that. And zoom, we got off the picture. Let's do it here. You see how high? If I put my thumb here, it's going to flop down. Okay? It's better. Now, can you make it a wavy sound? If your arm moves too jaggedly, it'll sound bump, bump, bump. You can move slower. Try not to pop out of this one. Right, so let's see if you can have did this measure, you did this. Whoa, what happened there? So you don't want to thump on that beat, you know, on this fifth. And then you have a longer wiggle. Your fingers and thumbs. A lot. Okay, bring your elbow in more. You could practice this even, just doing this.
Sheila, sorry to interrupt. Our time is going.
We're running out of time?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think this is coming along great. With, you know, both your pieces, you know really well. Take a step back, really listen to the phrasing, and start changing what you don't like, because you've got a really good ear. And you get everything really, really fast. Okay? Thank you so much.
Bravo. Say hello for the camera. Say hello. Okay. Our last student is Cibele Moura. She is performing Bach Prelude and Fugue in D minor from Well-Tempered Clavier, Book 1. And Camargo Guarnieri, Ponteio number 30, is a Brazilian nationalistic prelude. And yes. So Cibele is a freshman here at Southern. Also music education major. Yeah, she's a freshman.
Great.
So first time.
Yes, the Bach.
forgot something.
Oh, no, it's very nice.
Sorry.
Fugues are hard to remember.
It's just like, yeah, I got this fugue. It's the master. It's not good yet.
It's a good joke.
Sometimes when it's faster, it's easier. No time to think to get lost.
Yeah, I think so.
So, I think your prelude's going really well. How do you feel with it?
Well, my prelude, I feel a little more confident than the fugue. The fugue is always. But my
You feel more confident with the prelude? Is that what you said?
yeah, more and comfortable to play.
Even though it's fast.
Yeah.
Good for you. No, I think the prelude sounds really excellent. Very, very nice. Is the problem with the fugue memory, or is it musical, or both?
I think that the fugue actually doesn't work so much, so it's not so mature. So.
Okay.
And it's more memory. It's difficult for me. All the voices memorize everything.
Getting all the voices?
To memorize, I think. To remember all, to memorize the food. I have problems with that.
Okay. Well, once you get past the fugue exposition, and all three voices have entered, have you decided what you want to do musically?
You mean the second part of the fugue?
Well, I mean, do you know which voices you want to bring out? Do you know what part you want to build up to?
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah. Sometimes, most part, I think I know.
Pardon?
So, most part of the fugue, I think I know what I want to show. Even sometimes I can't show, but I really want to show.
Okay. Well, why don't you start the fugue again?
Okay.
And then you stop when you can't get what you want, the sound you want. And then you get to complain. How's that?
Okay.
What's that?
I think I have this struggle with the.
Yeah. small, huh?
Yes.
Okay, you know what I was just showing Ryan about tilting? Because it's the 5-2 distance that's hard, right? You see in the overhead, I'm not doing it this way. I'm doing it this way.
Oh.
How's that?
I think it's
Tilt your hand towards the pinky.
short. Like this?
Yep. Okay, can you play this? 5-2-1 together. Right, if you do it this way, you're going to break your hand.
Yeah.
If you do it this way, it doesn't break your hand.
Like this?
Better? Are you pounding there at all?
No. Oh. No.
These are going to be detached bits.
Maybe if I do like a rotation.
Yeah, but don't hold the 5 so long. Especially the G. So if I go off, because it's this one that kills you, right? That one's the one that's really bad. So.
I don't know if I go like out or in.
Sheila, can you do it again so she can look at a little bit of your right camera, the different heights of your hand when you do the repeated trio?
You want the right camera?
Yes, the top right.
Okay. See, I play this, I come up like on the 5, and I get off the 2 and come back. I don't stay here. That feels terrible. And my hand's probably twice the size of yours. Okay. Just get off the 5 earlier. Off. You're still too long. See, that 5 has to let go right away.
That's right.
So I don't stay too long, you know. I go up. I should go up.
Right. That's why you have to go up and get off it. Good. Now what you're doing is this now. You want to do this. Go up and down with 4 notes, not 2 notes. That's it. And then, you see what I did in this? We're going to go back to the slide screen. In the overhead, let me go to the overhead
So
camera.
if you see there, this the first one is good, the
I go to this. My 2 is not here.
Ah, okay. Get it again.
I go down there and I come right back.
It's easier on the other one, Sheila.
Is it?
Yeah, because then you can see the height. In this one, you can see the height changes. I think that's.
But yeah, but I wanted her to see that the 2 wasn't staying
Yes,
here.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
That's it.
So when
And then get off it right away so you get back to 2.
Can you just show her 1 and 2? See how higher you are on 2 a little bit. See what I mean? She's already higher on 2. She's already balanced on 2. She's balanced on 2 already. Yes.
So it's down, go, up, fall, down, go, up,
Yes.
fall, down.
Yes. That's right.
sure the second thumb isn't too high. They don't be on the ceiling. Right. So as soon as you start coming up, Sibyl, the 5 can't hold on. So as you start coming up, the 5 feels stretched, so you let go. And here, I let go right away.
That's an exercise. Okay, I will work on that.
Okay, and then your teacher can help you. You don't quite have enough tilt.
Okay.
He can help you with that. Remember the tilt I was telling Ryan about getting the distance between the 5 and the 2, where he was doing 5 and 3. And he can help you with that. Now, musically, it was 10 times better when you had the music in front of you, right? So, I mean, is that your problem, you think? Is you're worried about memory still?
Yes.
Okay, so the only thing, I think, where you fall down musically are the sequences. So, do you have measure numbers in your score?
Yes.
Okay, so, for example, measure 30. Where are you going with that?
Well, I'm not.
I mean, they were beautiful the way you played them. They were beautifully phrased, but they were all the same.
Yeah, because after it's just like suddenly the pen just appears like in the last measure of the step. So.
When it goes to here, you mean there? Okay, but somehow we have to arrive there from here.
Oh, okay. So what do you think that should I do?
Well, I'm a great one for making you think for yourself.
Okay.
So we have the theme inverted, right? And then we get into the sequence. And so you have to do something with the sequence. Then by the third time around, we're not going, oh, she's playing that again.
Maybe crescendo.
It depends on how you come out of here. It depends on how you get into that measure, right? There's a lot of ways to do it, but you have to do something.
Yes. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, and the other place was measure 36. And I think that was kind of obvious. Right?
Yes.
You want more and more and more.
Yeah.
Because you finally want, right? So if you're too big at 35 and 36, there's nowhere left to go.
Oh, that is true.
You see what I'm saying? So you were so loud by 36 that I don't know, how you were going to get that anymore.
Oh, that is true. Okay.
So, I mean, out of the whole thing, I really love it. But I think you need to think about the 2 sequences, what you want to do.
Well, I understand what you said here. In measure 36 and then to arrive on measure 38. But I didn't quite understand on that sequence that you said. I don't know what to do.
You don't understand what?
Doesn't know what to do, she said.
You don't know what to do?
Yeah.
Well, do you want this to sneak in? Or do you want it to come in full? Well, how do you want to end up?
Maybe after, because it's like for kind of a long time. I don't like to show that.
You want to show this?
Uh-huh.
This one? That part?
Maybe. What?
It doesn't, you know what, you have to experiment. Can you go back to 30?
Yes.
Okay, so as you play that, do you hear it getting more intense or less intense?
Actually, I think that it's less intense.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
And if you bring it down, you know, if you're on the G, then when that'll sing out a lot more than if you just play the whole thing forte or mezzo forte.
Yeah, I understand. And also because after you need to crescendo until the measure 38.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So can you go back? Can you start 28 maybe?
Yes, sure.
Easier. No, I'm just kidding. Fine. I'm just talking.
I'm sorry?
More laid back when you get to F.
More laid back, and I get this one.
No, I was just saying, when you go from the G, you can be more laid back when you come to the F. That's all I was saying. Good. Does that make more sense to you now?
Yes.
Yeah, because they were like the two dead zones for me.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll get a peso just so I won't forget it. So, I didn't like it here.
Okay, and the very last thing on the fugue, when you had 3 bars from the end, that note gets swallowed. It's you play, and then suddenly, and then you play the thirds really loud, but I never heard D, and that's your resolution. Yeah, I think you have to have. Oh, this is your trill. No wonder you're not even worried about that. Yeah, because you're trilling. We're trilling on this, right? That has to sound big right here. And I wouldn't bring the first third in so loud. Sorry. Then you can go to the end.
And then the last part, should I play how? Loud or just?
Sure, loud. But see, what you did is you finished this.
Okay, doesn't make sense.
There was no D.
Yeah.
So you have to bring the D out, and maybe the first third less so you can build through the measure.
Okay, I think I get it. So.
Yeah, you can crescendo through the thirds.
I'm sorry?
You can crescendo while you play the thirds. It's just if you stomp on if you play this soft and then you stomp on this one, You know, when you play these, you can crescendo and make the end hit. It's just that we lost the D, and the first third was so loud that there's nowhere to go. Bigger, bigger, bigger.
Hard?
No, when you're here, nothing wrong with that.
Right now, 3.
Okay.
There you go. See, you were playing very loud there before. It's just it was all loud, but this note was soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you came from here. You don't feel something.
Yeah.
So that D has to be big. Maybe because you're fighting the trill, you know.
All right.
All right.
Good.
Can we do a little bit of the other prelude? The Guarnieri.
Sure, I gotta get to it. Okay, I'm there.
You don't need the music.
She didn't talk about the prelude. About the
Ponteio. Ponteio.
Well, that's so sad. You just wanted to resolve, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think you know exactly what you want to do, but it isn't always easy, is it?
What? I'm sorry.
I think you know what you want to do with the music, but it isn't always very easy.
Yeah.
Like page 2, huh?
Page 2.
Page 2 is a little tricky.
Yes. A lot.
Yeah, lots, I know.
It's difficult to play those cards and to do all the rhythm, keep the rhythm.
The right hand, is it the left hand that's hard or the right hand?
I think the left hand.
That's what I think too. I think the left hand's a really tough problem. So you're doing rolls mostly?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you start top of page 2? Is that hard to start there?
Oh, no. Oh, sorry.
So I think some of the places you chose to roll might have been easier to block and jump.
Block and jump?
Where's your first rolled chord?
This one?
Maybe my score has mistake.
I'm sorry.
Are you looking at this one?
Yeah.
Which measure are you?
Second page measure what?
It's the second page, the third measure.
The third measure.
The second page.
The third measure of the second page. Now I'm really lost. Show me again.
Oh, okay, but where we start?
Okay, so where did you just start then?
You start second page, top of second page.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I'm having a lot of trouble. This one? No.
Actually, I think that the trouble that I have most is on the first page that we start this.
The fortissimo.
But right here,
Yeah.
I have an F sharp. I think that's right. Are you playing F natural?
We start on fortissimo?
The first measure of the second page.
Yeah.
And at the end has.
Yeah, and then
Falando no primeiro compasso ali, first measure of there, the last chord, she said is on F sharp. That's what she's saying.
yes, it's an F sharp.
Right, and then go on in the left hand. You're crossing with that. That's what you're doing. Okay. Your roll is really slow. It kind of interrupts the rhythm. So either we roll faster or
Can you put the top camera, please?
you can block your jump.
Block and like,
Try block jump for a second.
like
You just
again.
Okay, now when you play the C sharp, make sure you're off the C sharp completely before you play the chord. Okay, now jump. Okay, now roll it. Is it faster now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put your top camera,
It's
Sheila?
okay to roll it, but the roll has to be zippy.
Overhead camera, please.
Pardon?
Can you put your overhead camera?
Overhead, sure. So I was trying to get you to do, I think the 4 is not releasing, and it gets the roll messed up because the 4 stays.
Okay.
But also, if you practice this, you can learn to roll faster. You know what I mean? Yes. Excellent. Because if it's too slow, then the rhythm gets off. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And all the rolls, I mean, there's so many rolls because they're so big. The rhythm gets, the ear gets lost in the rhythm.
It's a lot of space between the notes.
Pardon?
It's a lot of space between the notes.
Yeah, there sure is.
And I think it's difficult.
I mean, that one's not bad, you know? That one's fine. It's not a hard one. You have to do it fast enough.
Okay.
Can you start both hands there? That measure?
Oh.
That was better.
Better?
When you leave this, you did, let me give you a plot again. This. So high in the air, very dangerous. Just turn over and in the air. That's it.
Sometimes it's go.
You go to C sharp. Great. In slow motion, that was great. Did you understand?
Yes.
How hanging on to C sharp ruins the roll?
Uh-huh.
And every measure with the roll is going to have a complication. I mean, they all do.
Yes.
Is there another measure that you don't like?
Yes, a lot. There is you see the partissimo when we started all these rolls.
Where is this?
The partissimo on the first page.
Oh, the fortissimo on the first page.
Yeah. There are, so this one is fine, but you see the last part.
I don't know.
The one after that.
It's all those segments because
That one you should be able to make.
uh-huh.
Are you looking at overhead camera?
Yes.
Do you see the tilt? I'm not straight.
I think so.
Okay.
I turn the hand. That was actually pretty close to this. Okay, don't start with your elbow out here. Get your elbow in here. Right, come up to your thumb. There you go. How's that?
Much better. So I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
not so big, is it?
I feel my head bigger now.
But, you know, again, you're coming from that E flat. If you don't get off the E flat completely, so your pedal's down. Don't work. It's so pedal. No one's going to know you let go. But if you hold on, then you can't play that.
And you're doing another there too, right?
How does she get off the E flat?
You're doing another too, right? Jamie's asking how you get off of the fourth
I'm
finger.
not doing it under. I'm doing, the 5 is down. I'm going diagonally straight up to 1, but I'm tilting.
Yeah, but before the note before, the note before they're arpeggiated.
Yeah, that one.
That's the question.
Before?
The note before the base of the arpeggio.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're here, right? Well, I'm playing this one on the side already.
Ah.
playing this tilted, I'm not playing it here. So I'm here, and I just put the arm diagonally tilted to here.
Can you do it again? Can you do it again? Oh, so you already angle. Okay.
Yeah, when
you already angle towards the middle of the piano. Okay.
I come diagonally across. I don't and then have to
I see. So you stay there. Okay.
Yeah, I just stay there. Why? I'm too lazy to jump around.
Yeah, you're right. She's always right.
Jumping.
She's always right.
Okay, like this side.
You want to try that whole measure because it's a little bit nasty.
Oh, okay.
No, just left hand.
Okay.
Yeah, you caught yourself. Your elbow is way too far out. Can you
Don't
go
go
back
so
to
out.
here?
Stay a little close.
This chord?
Olha a câmera de baixo dela. Olha.
Come up to your thumb. And then come diagonally across and stay up.
The elbow.
No, you did this. And I do this.
Olha o elbow dela. Olha o cotovelo dela.
Okay.
Look at the overhead camera.
Yeah.
And
Não. Seu cotovelo ainda tá fora.
so find a good position for this chord.
Põe o cotovelo dentro.
It's good, right?
Isso. Deixa o cotovelo lá. Deixa o cotovelo.
So you have to play the 4 with your arm close to that.
Deixa o
Get
cotovelo
all
em.
totally.
Deixa o cotovelo perto do seu corpo. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, because você estava abrindo o cotovelo.
Landing there, you know, after this. Oh,
That's right.
Oh, much better. I need to practice more like a lot of times until I can learn. I don't know. I think
I can't hear you.
I need to practice it and see how it's gonna be now with both hands because I can't put now both hands and do all this motion.
I think the microphone will just cut out because I can't hear what you're saying.
She said that she needs to practice head separate to get it down first.
Oh, of course. Of course. Are you kidding? Yeah, but see, I mean, this figure is over and over and over again. It's in the next measure.
Yeah,
You know? And the next measure. And the next, and the next measure.
Everywhere.
I mean, it's just everywhere. I mean, if you solve one, I think you can solve everyone.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean, because the right hand, I think you're fine. It's the left hand that's messing things up. The left hand is so difficult. I mean, for everybody, not just you.
Yeah. Sheila, I'm sorry, but we need to finish it up here. I have some tests to run in the afternoon. Do you want to close?
Okay.
I know, we all are like, we want to stay here
I think
forever.
we're over half an hour, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
That's okay.
Okay.
But it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yes. I wanna thank you so much for this, and I think we have. You need to say hello to your former teacher in Brazil, Paulo. Say hello for him. He's watching you right now.
Oi,
Come on.
professor.
Say hello. Yeah, he mentioned me. He needs to. He wants me to give that message. So, yeah, let me go down a little bit. So, I want to thank you, Sheila, for this. I think this is the first time I would like to do this again with you. And I think we had people from Ohio. We had people here from Louisiana watching. We have people from Brazil. Campinas is a university. Yeah, Campinas State University. We had this guy from São Paulo. We had Margarita watching from Ohio. I think she's probably on right now. And we have Mr. Gert watching from his home, I would assume. I mean, we had a lot of people watching, and it's still on Facebook. You guys can always go ahead on the link and watch it again. It's going to be there for a while. Right?
Okay, so the link, you can watch it.
The link, yes, it's going to be, I'm going to take a look if we can keep it, for how long we can keep it, but it's going to be there. So they can watch it and rewatch it if they want.
Okay, great.
Okay. So thank you very much. Thank
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Let me just stop the. Let me stop the